planted.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to SpikeTalk episode 28 now. It's been a long trek, but we're here in the new year, first episode, and we got the APAC crew here. We got Paperthin, we got Victoria, we got Dummy, and of course Frost, my other co-host. I'm your host, Baby, and here we go. Let's get it. I just want to start off hot with, first of all, Frost, your team is ass, but let's get past that again. We're gonna go to the new character that just got released, who's about to put foot in your ass. Now, maybe I don't know, but yeah. Well, yeah. What do you guys think about the new character? I don't even want to butcher the name, bro. Like, who wants to?
Tejo.
Tejo. Okay, all right, bet. Like, I was like,
which is Colombian name, but I don't really hear it that much. But I guess they're trying to be cool, so it's like, all right.
I mean, you know what? It's dope.
Or like I like to call him affectionately, pendejo.
I
call him pendejo. That's the Talon name for operator pendejo. That's me and Jovi's name for him. So,
what do you guys think? Like, you guys think this is gonna change the entire game? Like, Frost, obviously, maybe you have a good outlook on this. I feel like you kind of get ahead of the wave on terms of seeing an agent when it's good. Like, you were ahead on ISO and whatnot. What do you think? You think it's actually gonna be groundbreaking? You think it's going to make a big difference?
Yeah. I think it can if you're creative enough, because I think his kit is I think him pairing with certain agents is going to be really hard for a lot of defenses, basically. Like, I feel like his attack side presence is so much stronger than his defensive ones, but yeah, I think he's going to be good. I think I'm more actually pissed off. I've already spoken to some people at Riot about this. I don't know why we have two agents making their VCT debuts at the same time. That's actually kind of crazy. And him being allowed to be played so early, I think, is also kind of weird. But I actually think this agent is good. Comparing him and Vice, let's say, I think he's actually slightly better than Vice. So, overall, it's kind of...
I agree with that. I think the fact that he's available to play so early, like immediately into kickoff, and also compared to other agents, some of the later agents that got released, I expect teams to actually be using him.
Yeah, tough.
Unlike some of the other ones. We didn't see Deadlock for a while. We didn't see Vice for a while. There's some agents who are just not used at all. They were kind of not great for pro play. But I think Tejo is going to be one of those agents that we're going to see a lot, both in ranked and in pro play. I think his utility is so easy to pick up and use on the go. I don't really see a steep learning curve. We've been talking about the lineups that aren't really needed to be learned. So I think, especially for teams like Talon, actually, that likes making lots of comps per map, I could see you guys easily slotting this in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like Frost has that in his back pocket. Pairing it out with KO and AFK EMPing site constantly. I could see you doing that.
I think it feels mega execute heavy, right? I think a team like DRX is going to really thrive with this agent because it's going to suit their style of Termi wanting to get them into a position and just have this god tier execute. And so for me, that's where I'm really looking at teams that are really good at setups and really good at kind of playing with coordination instead of more playing a little bit loose and more on the fly. I think they're going to really benefit with having this. Not that you can't do that with Tejo too, because Victoria was just saying, the utility is so easy to use. But really, I think execute teams are going to be able to clear so much space. Sentinels are going to have a really tough time kind of counteracting the play that is coming out of Tejo. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be really impressive to start.
I'm so happy you talked about Sentinels having a really tough time, because I wanted to link this in the chat, Tex's post that he did on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw this. We're gonna play it on a lower third in post. But he basically says it. He's like, the life of a Sentinel player gets harder and harder every day. Gotta watch out for the airstrikes and stealth crab now. Smiley face. It's bro.
So many fundamental issues, and the biggest thing that pisses me off about this is simple. It's so he brought up the DRX shit, which is actually funny because Crew said the same shit immediately. He's like, oh, this basically helps DRX because everybody knows they need it, right? Because let's be honest about the state of where the game is at the moment, right? right now, God Trips last year basically took over. It was the only way that people thought of stopping Neons because it forced, rather than like playing more aggressive initiators, it forced everybody to basically play the defensive one Sova, right? And then you got the experience of teams using Deadlock and now going double Senti and like clearing up gaps, right? The truth is, if we want to talk about it, this actually really only helps Counter-Strike players. Because now you're going to run no Sentinel, and the teams that actually have strong fundamentals and core understanding of tactical FPSs, they have a major advantage over everybody else. So the era started with teams getting CS players. Then all of you guys, including you, Baby Bay, and all
I know, bro.
Fucking friends, go, oh, CS players are trash. Let me get the Fortnite bros and all these other dweebs, and like, we're better. And now all of a sudden comes a full circle of life. Now Counter-Strike players are obviously like going to be the strongest. And it's simply because now it's like, oh, wait, time out. They don't really want the character that, I mean, it's not the most recent, but I mean, I guess close to. But the last two, Deadlock and Vice, it's like, oh, wait, you guys came out? Chill out. And so it's just like, I just don't, I don't understand the design, right? If your idea was to like add more defensive stuff to allow players that don't have the, experience needed in order to like run a no Sentinel comp. If the idea was like to get these kids, the Fortnite players, Overwatch players, all these, to like actually like have a career in Valorant and all that stuff, that's great. Cool. Now it's like they're swinging it the other way, and it's like, wait, I thought we're trying to stay away from like characters that like completely disable like whole styles of play. Like I thought the idea was to be more creative, not.
So
do
you guys think that this is going to be like a character that just takes over the entire game? It's going to be like just a set meta now with it?
No, I think
or you think it's niche?
It's niche, but he pushes you now to like, okay, I think the way I feel about this is if we have picks and bans, it's easier to manage. But now it's like the threat of a pick forces you now to go, do we risk running XYZ, or do we just go with a meta-based comp that's balanced and good and can handle a pendejo if he comes out? Can handle, right? Like, it's weird. I mean, technically, like what Dummy said, it's good for me. The problem is, I know that's the perception and stuff, and yeah, technically it is, because like we'll have multiple comps, and everyone knows we're going to have multiple comps on every map. But the problem is, it's like, the idea of Valorant is different. And now even my opinion has to change because I have Primi, I got Jit, I got Cruz. I don't have like Markelov and Blade, and I don't have Hiko and Nitro. I don't have, I think, the personnel to like take advantage of like a game that is now systematically becoming like, potentially correct. Potentially, because like I don't know if I'm right. Okay. But if the way I think things are going to happen, if no Sentinel metas are going to be the most proficient, I don't think that helps Pacific, first off. I think it helps. I think EU and NA are going to be like, yeah.
And EDG.
Fact. It's just, I'm a little fearful of what this does. And I also don't like the fact that, you can play both these agents for the first time in VCT at the same time. Also, finding out about it as close as we did to this new season is sad, given the fact that I'm pretty sure they said in one of their videos, Riot did, that they didn't want to do what they did with Breeze and Sky again. I'm pretty sure one of the videos subsequently, after the negative feedback, was that this was not something that they wanted to do. It just sort of happened.
I think for me though, I actually see like everything you're talking about. Like I see what you're saying, but I think for me, the main thing I'm worried about is that like the meta, especially like last year, has been a lot of just like util dumping site and having to play retake on it. Like you can't really anchor sites as like that's just like not the dynamic anymore. So you're like almost making it even more impossible. Like you're going, you're doubling down on it. It's like, The dynamic is just so weird. I'm not saying that dynamic should never exist. Especially, I mean, if you're playing like like towards the end of the half and you're trying to get around by like saving up ults or something, something like that. Like, and yeah, you're just gonna utiled up the site. They kept track of your ults, whatever. But this is like just moving in a direction where, like, are you ever really gonna have a true anchor? Especially if you're like 4-1ing something or 3-1ing or 3-2ing something, and it's just like your Killjoy cipher or whatever is the anchoring a site. He's never gonna actually anchor the site. He's just like maybe going to show a little presence at the start and just get the fuck out like every single round. Like he's never going to fight for it. And I feel like then we're just going to go into like the territory of like 50-50s where like, are we going to just have a read that it's going to be a C hit? So we're going to, play towards C, but and otherwise, if we don't do that, we're never going to hold like an insta C hit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a weird dynamic that I feel like they're doubling down on. I mean, obviously we haven't seen it in action yet, so I'm not going to say like that's exactly how it's going to play out.
Sure,
but it just doesn't seem like a good direction for me. Yeah. And also, sorry to interrupt, but like also, yeah, doing it this close to kickoff, that just seems insane.
I'm not surprised for some reason though. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised. Now, something we spoke about earlier, specifically you, Frost, you said that there's a certain team that does need help. God forbid, and that was DRX. So BeYn is now officially back into DRX. Do you think that's going to be a little bit of help for them to like, do a little bit better? Because you sounded very passionate about what you said, brother.
I'm just going to continue to say the shit I've said this entire time. They were the pillar of consistency in Pacific. And then all of a sudden, they're not. And we can't say the common denominator of this equation is stacks. So, yeah. They were the pillar of consistency. Now it's the exact opposite. Within less than a year, actually, if my math is correct, it's about 10 months. In 10 months, the amount of changes supersede the amount of changes they had the previous 4 years. Amazing, man. Trust the process.
Give me something to look. Give me something to look forward to, though. Is there any like hopium out there that you guys can give about this roster? Like what is the highlight?
I mean, they have talent.
Yeah, they have talent. Talent. And I do have some faith in the coaching staff. Like they've proven that they can get new players somewhat up to speed pretty quickly and generally do a pretty good job. I mean, yeah, most of last year wasn't ideal for sure. They pulled it together at the end, but I think they should be okay. I mean, I still expect them to be top half of Pacific. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're going to be...
Exactly, but they're not what we have come to appreciate and expect from them. And that's the point I was trying to make. I agree with you, though, in the spirit of...
Yeah, top half Pacific, but yeah.
I mean, okay. The original Vision Strikers, I think we're always going to kind of admire that and the performance that they had. But that said, a lot of the teams that they ended up facing over the last 2 years have completely upgraded. They've like the meta of the game has completely changed. I think they've adjusted pretty well considering all the changes on their roster and their play style that they've been doing. And I mean, the end of their Pacific performance was not too bad. I think to echo what Paperthin was saying, I do have faith in their coaching staff to bring them all together. And I do like Mako stepping off that IGL role. I mean, it's really hard to judge off of off-season events. But
that was the plan, though. The plan was, let's get rid of the most decorated IGL in Pacific history for Mako. And then within 3 months, he's gone. That sounds like NRG with Ethan, no? It's the same thing. It's like these guys have brilliant ideas. Then all of a sudden you get there and you realize, oh my, maybe my calculations were not correct, Batman.
Yeah.
It's just unlucky, man.
Batman.
So, yeah. It just is what it is, no? Yeah. Like,
I mean, I was pretty surprised in general when they decided to have Mako be the IGL, right? Because he's generally a pretty quiet guy. Like, if you know him behind the scenes, and obviously I think you could tell from his onstage persona as well, like...
Gentle giant vibes.
He's the gentle giant. Yeah. So, like, he even said, I think it was in an interview or something, where he was just like, I kind of call, like, the... in between round stuff, but during the rounds, like all the young guys are just talking, so I just sit there and kind of listen and let them sort of decide, and then occasionally I'll chime in when I think I need to kind of settle things down. But I mean, there was a lot of, that's why you saw them kind of look a little bit different as the year went on, right? It was a little bit less coordinated than we're used to seeing from DRX and stuff like that. It goes back to Mako just kind of not having that sort of commanding presence that you would maybe normally expect out of an IGL.
Yeah, and let's get the elephant out of the room. Obviously, I'm biased. Right? So that's the pink elephant. Obviously, I'm biased for sure. I will just say that let's also not forget that the Buzz show was pretty much the heart of that team last year, and now that guy is on the other Korean team.
Yeah.
Following the most decorated IGL that Pacific has had. So
I think Buzz is going to be a huge loss for obviously. But their new pickup Hyunmin, is that how I pronounce his name? I think he's got a lot of potential. Solid. He's no Buzz yet, but I feel like he's got some of the foundations.
I personally like the young team. So I think the two of you are correct. I actually think the Talon is good. Yeah. That's not what the question for me was, though. So I just want to make that clear. I agree with you guys about the players, but Valorant is not CS. You can win with just players in CS, I think.
The only thing I get worried about is, like, I look at a player like Mako, and I'm just like, I just feel like he deserves to be on that team that's about to win. You know, like that has all the pieces already, you know, made around him, not new players coming in. I feel like it just doesn't make sense, bro, because your shelf life, especially in this game, I feel like it's not as long as you think it's going to be.
Right.
Like, why did everyone ditch their boy then, man? Why did everyone just leave?
That's not what happened. That's not what happened, fam.
Oh, okay.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah.
Not what happened.
I don't know if that was my choice.
It didn't happen by choice, fam. He was stuck.
I see.
But it is such a shame, right? Because it's like, how has this guy not won a championship yet? Because he's so fucking good, man. It's so sad.
Unlucky. But the move they made last year was supposed to cement the fact that they did better, and they didn't do better. They did just as well as they had previously, and they didn't reach the peak that they had with, again, the most decorated IGL in Pacific history.
By the way,
that somehow is washed.
Just
but now
switch.
mysteriously has a super team with them.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. I was literally about to say, so I was talking to the NRG guys, and they were saying when they were in Korea, like, T1 was like one of the best teams to practice against. Because like it was just a phenomenal scrim partner. Right. You could tell the shit that they were doing was making a lot of sense.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, they're sick, bro. They're actually sick, or what? What do you guys think about T1?
Nah, bro, they're washed. I guess they got the washed IGL, and the duelist. It's okay if we get rid of them. It's fine. We're good. We got Hyunmin. We're good.
I'm expecting to see T1 in the grand finals of Kickoff, to be honest.
Oh, already there,
right?
Yeah. But long term, throughout the year, there are obviously a lot more question marks. But I think off the rip, they're set up for success. They have so many experienced players. They have some. I don't want to say super team, but as far as Korean Valorant goes, like this is what T1 is right now. So I think they're going to have a really strong start. But I do expect some of the other like top 4 or 5 teams to eventually kind of catch up and figure things out. And with the addition of this new agent, I don't know how that will affect T1 as well. So,
I only call them a super team because I know how T1 spared no expense, and that's probably as far as I'll go with saying that.
Thanks, Faker.
I don't mind putting the pressure on them because clearly they wanted to trust the process. So very clearly they should be now with the highest paid salary in Pacific. They should now achieve the goals and dreams that trusting the process and Sam Hinkie started in Philadelphia.
Sam Hinkie reference is crazy.
Right? That's what I'm saying, right? If we're going to trust the process, this is surely now like...
Yeah, because the 76ers are so good right now.
No, but what do they do? What do they do? They said, trust the process. We're going to lose. Then we're going to go all in and win. Now I got Paul George, Embiid, Maxey. Okay, this is what trust the process is. Now win. This is what you're supposed to do. You have to win now.
Have we seen this happen with other teams, though, where they've made huge investments and
But no one has asked us to trust the process, have they?
And NRG? NRG.
No, I'm serious. I'm
Last year.
It seems like listen, me and V go back. We are cool. This is not the me and V. She knows this has nothing. She knows we're good. But V, honestly, talk to me. Who has told us to trust the process, please? I need to know.
Is that the missing piece? Like, you just got to throw down all that money, get all the best players, and then say,
Surely
but
other people have
trust
done it.
the process.
But no one has ever said, no, guys, this is a plan. This is a plan. It's their fault. It's the Americans' fault. We need our culture back. Trust the process. No one's done that. So I can't get mad at,
no one's literally said that, yeah?
Right, exactly my point. So I'm just like, listen, look, I can be critical of 100 Thieves and NRG and all these other orgs that have obviously put the money in the middle of the table, but they're doing what they feel ultimately is best for their brands, but they're also not walking around like Sam Hinkie reference. So I'm just saying, I actually agree that they are a very strong team, back to Baby Bay's point with NRG. However, this is what trusting the process looked like. I'm excited to see what happens for the remainder of the year, because I was one that trusted the process.
Well, to spin back,
trusted the process, and
to spin back to the Hinkie reference and like the process. Like, to be fair, Meteor's not going to be like missing games like Embiid. You know what I mean? Like, they have an insane lineup.
Fair.
You know what I mean? They have an insane lineup, and they're all going on stage.
Just so we're clear, I understand what happened with the Sixers, and it was really, I think, unfortunate that Embiid is unhealthy. And I know people are like, "What the fuck are you supposed to be talking about Valorant?"
Oh, yeah.
I think, I think the thing that made me bring that up so much, and obviously that's why Autumn used the trust the process thing, is it's true that sometimes you have to go through bad periods in order to get the good ones. And I absolutely think that you shouldn't throw away a roster that seems to be not able to, get over a hurdle. And I'm not just saying that because I technically did that here with these guys at Talon. That's actually not why I'm saying that, because if a couple things broke a different way, I've also been very open about the fact that there would have been changes this offseason, but it just didn't. It just didn't materialize.
Also, if there were some pieces that...
Yeah, so I would just say that I respect the fact that, some people just need more time, and this industry doesn't do that, and I have not been a proponent of making quick and fast changes. I will just say that the previous team we talked about technically had the most decorated player and a roster that still could have, but couldn't get over the hump. I don't know if it was those players. And I'll just say this, no offense, V. Talon was one of the worst teams before I got here.
I'm not offended. Why would I be offended?
Wait,
it seems like I'm coming at you.
So personal.
No, she's like, what?
The whole show seems like I'm coming at you. That is actually not my intention. I'm just saying that's where I'm coming from. It's like, I see that, and then with this Team 1 thing, it's almost like, oh yeah, now's the time. You better win, right? Because you did absolutely what you have not done previously, and you said that we should trust you. Well, we trusted you, and you put together one of the strongest rosters with the highest salary in, no offense to us, including myself, because as Baby Bay eloquently put it, we're ass. Admit, 100p. The weakest region, correct? Because you can't even say China's the weakest region anymore. They won champs.
Yeah, bro.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with just the last statement. We have some...
I respect... Listen, I'm ass. I'm willing to admit the fact that
that's
we
okay.
are ass.
I mean, I trust your process. I trust Talon's process, but I don't think really Pacific is the weakest region even after this year.
But just think about it. If you go by look, if you want to go by any conceivable metric, right? We can have this discussion, but let's just break down what most people say is the metric. Did Pacific have a top 4 team at champs last year?
No.
A top 4 team?
Top 4 team.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. No. DRX was the highest, finishing 5th, 6th.
Right.
I only know one. I only know one league,
though, bro. It was so unlucky. Sorry, go ahead.
What's up?
I only know one league that didn't win anything though, or one region.
That's.
That's true.
Okay, so, and I can make justify. Listen, I don't think we're ass. But I have Andre this whole fucking offseason talking shit to me because we've been O2 Barbecue and Champs. Started like 4 shows. First it was that, now it's we're ass. So I don't know where the fuck we're going to be next year. But I'm just going to say, like, yeah, I'm competitive as fuck too. I don't like people telling me that shit, but it is what it is. Like, if we're going to argue with what most people will make the arguments from, I have counters. I absolutely have counters. Right? But it is what it is. So I'm just saying that
and I think this is it's a pretty big year for Pacific, right? I mean, it should be like T1, the super team, as you put it, and I kind of agree, actually. I mean, I think this is like a do or die year for them. There's a ton of pressure on this coaching staff.
Yeah, we all trusted the process. So
yeah. And you're bringing in, like, you know, a lot of people have been saying online, well, you've got 3 PUBG coaches, right, like running this T1 team, and I'm hoping they do well because I'm a PUBG guy.
Right.
I still think, like, there's a ton of pressure on them, and then Paper X as well, because you're keeping that same roster, a roster that has proven they can get to international finals. Can they actually get over the line and do it? So there's the 1A and 1B for me right now in Pacific is T1 and Paper X, right? These are your 2 best teams. Can they be really consistent this year? Are we going to have one, maybe both of them in the top 4 at Champs? I don't know. Is one of them going to win a Masters? That's kind of where I'm like, is Pacific really leveling up globally? Like, I think regionally, it's a pretty competitive region now. Like, all the teams, I had a really hard time ranking these teams, like, especially when you get down below, you know, 3rd, 4th place. Like, all of a sudden, my brain's just like melting because I'm trying to figure out who the hell I'm putting above who. But globally, I mean, I think we won a Masters. That's a great start. Are we going to be able to continue to see success and, like, compete for a championship again?
Yeah, I think, I mean, with recency bias with champions, not top 4, but overall, over the course of the year, yes, champions is like the big one. But over the course of the year, I think we saw a lot of high performances coming out of Pacific. And this wasn't even the best of the performances. With Paper X, even with them qualifying so deep into the Masters 1 and 2, they weren't at their peak performance. I can say the same for Talon as well. You guys were adjusting, I think, to the change in your roster, and I think there's a lot of potential there. But overall, the ceiling, I think we were talking about this, Frost. The bottom teams have now upgraded. They've all leveled up. So I think overall as a region, there's like huge improvements across the board. Whether or not like how we do overall on the global stage, I mean, that's, I guess we can discuss that, but I don't know. I will be offended by the Pacific comment. I don't think we're the worst region.
The Pacific slander.
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't agree with that part.
Well,
the rest up to debate.
I don't even know how to measure that right now before any of the regions have played each other. But I just think almost all the teams in Pacific leveled up going into this season. Like, there's just so many good teams going into this season.
We can say the same about every...
That's why I'm saying that. For sure. That's for sure. But that's why I'm saying I don't even know how to measure it against that. Like, I think we just have to wait until after Thailand.
Yeah, I will agree that we're strong, but the perception could be different. All I'm saying is I have no problem putting the pressure on T1 because we're all believers and trust in the process. That's what the heart of this is.
I went into this
they deserve the moniker of a super team only because they're paying the most and wanted the pressure. All right, I'm down.
Yeah. I think expectations are definitely there for T1.
Yep,
100%.
No, Frost is low-key a genius, man. I went into this like not having a single thought about this for T1, and now I'm gonna leave this pod like thinking, man, T1 has a lot of pressure on him.
He's building the pressure on purpose, like even more so on here because he's bringing light to it, right?
He's DMing this to Autumn as we speak.
Bro, it's mental warfare that Frost is doing, bro.
Trust the process, bro.
He's like hypnotizing me with that. That's
crazy, bro. All right, let's get into the brackets. Let's do some bracket work because we don't want to keep you guys here all day. I know you guys have been literally grinding the entire off season nonstop. So let's go into the bracket. Let's see like what you guys think is going to happen in some of these matchups.
I don't think the process is working out, man. Boom.
Boom's gonna boom him. Is that
you think Boom is gonna boom T1?
No, I'm playing.
That would be crazy though.
Honestly, I think Boom's the only team I'm fairly certain how they might place overall.
Yeah.
Compared to all the teams in Pacific.
I think they're like good enough to have close matches with everyone, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like as far as getting a win versus pretty much most of the league, that's going to be hard, man.
I think they'll have a better performance than DFM 2023, but it's going to be rough. It's going to be
if history tells us anything, they're going to squeak out a win versus RRQ. Like RRQ just kind of loses to teams they shouldn't sometimes. So
don't let Chobra hear that.
So
send this clip to Chobra. Actually,
right.
Please do.
Specifically send it to him.
So what are we thinking of Paper X versus T1 though? Because this one, this is crazy that we're seeing
That's a banger. That's
already, right?
I just want to say this because I've been holding this. So this is why I laughed again. This was not to be disrespectful to her. This is why, V, I was laughing when you were speaking. It had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with the fact that when you were like, oh, I think T1's going to make the finals, I'm like, Paper X plays them first.
Yeah.
So I inside, I just fucking, it was a riot. I had a party inside.
Kickoff. No. I think Kickoff is going to be super. I mean, obviously, you know what my biases are, but I think T1 is gonna make it really rough for Paper X during Kickoff. But that's what I meant long term, going throughout the season. I don't know how that's going to be playing out. I don't think that will be the case. I think something is gonna, the flaws will show themselves as these newer rosters kind of figure themselves out throughout the course of the season. But I think Kickoff, straight off the rip, like T1's gonna wreck a lot of people, including possibly Paper X. But who knows? The Radiant Performance, the Invitational by Paper X, they kind of figured a lot of things out also by the end of that tournament.
As long as they don't get nervous, like Paper X can actually win like a championship. But that's their biggest problem.
Yeah, it's actually all mental. They have like the skills to get there and the creativity to get there.
Yeah.
But it's like this last barrier that they just kind of need to break. And we saw it happen. I mean, I think a lot of it is pressure. It's like a lot of like I don't know, growing pains too, as this team has. But I think also because they've kind of broken this barrier that I haven't seen happen before with this team over the last few years, and that happened.
Is the barrier the Metacomp thing? I keep.
Well, no, I don't. I think that's part of it. That's part of it. That with Jing expanding his agent pool, with all of them kind of
the biggest part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and not relying just on their like insane aim. Now that there's so many cracked aimers in Valorant,
not just Raze.
But I think it's a mental thing that they've kind of broken through, and they've just kind of formed another level of chemistry.
That's good. Who's got the killer instinct on Paper X? Like, who's the guy that's like
Forsaken? I think
it's Forsaken.
At least on film.
I think Jason definitely wants to win.
No. Actually,
like,
time out. Divide, bro.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
I almost said something I shouldn't. Let's just say he. Divide this, bro. Divide this, bro. When you look at film, 45 seconds. Attack side.
Yeah, he gets big impact.
That guy doesn't matter. By himself, with the teammate, it doesn't matter. He's the furthest. He's the one that's like, all right, I'll just take it on me. And I know, trust me, I know this is not a part of the strategy. This is just this guy going.
Intuition.
Yep. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take this fight. Somebody needs to do something. I'm going to do it.
I think what's crazy about him is that I think the raw aggression and that determination, we see it come from something, maybe even Forsaken. But with Devi, they, like a real Stone Cold Killer, he's got that. He's just got no emotions about it. He just goes in and wrecks everyone and just cleans up the mess that's been going on. And we see this happen, backstage in between the maps. He's the guy keeping his cool in the entire time, even after like brutal losses. This guy is just, I think you're right. Like he is the killer.
Yeah. I don't know any of that. What I do know from just the study and just observing over the last few years, even when I was in NA, is okay. So the first is, I'm sorry, Ilya. I know you're my boy. I love you. Long time. But I think what you just said though, V, is a little bit of cap that like Ilya is not the like, oh, he's gonna go, he's gonna make a play, he's gonna do that. That stuff is like, it happens, but he doesn't create. He's like Aspas-ish, if you know where I'm going with that. The guy that takes the rounds, takes the chances, does the thing that the team needs, most often, to me, is Divide. The reason why I said Forsaken is because what we've seen in tournaments, like the biggest tournaments, it seems like it's Forsaken. But when I look at the most like regular season games, kickoff, the game against us, all that stuff, Divide was the one that actually like during the like 2-for-1 rounds or during the this or during the that, he's the one that's like, bro, what the fuck is he even doing there? Why is he alone? Like there was this one time we played him on Sunset and the round out, somebody could go back and find it too, because when you guys see this, you'll understand what I mean. Like it's etched in my head forever. One of us is lurking up, has a perfect timing. This motherfucker randomly walls, right? Walls goes away. We're like, okay,
Sage?
we're going to play it on the clock. As soon as this wall comes down, they're cooked. This motherfucker just goes, you know what I'm going to do randomly? I'm just going to wide swing, repeat my wall that I put up, where I'm supposed to wall and pivot. That's what the play is. I know that's what the play is. Nah, you know what I'm going to do that? If he dies there, they're cooked. They are 100% fried. He gave us a chance to do it for free. He still kills the guy.
Yep.
There's no one I've seen consistently that takes that chance or does that thing and obviously converts as well, because I wouldn't be praising him if he didn't convert as well. But like, it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing that? But like, Forsaken is in my mind because like even against us, like on that Lotus, he was the one, like Forsaken probably killed BeYn solo. And you guys know at that time, BeYn was on the heater, especially with ones. He was just killing everybody in the lurk spot.
Yeah.
BeYn like walks out of B, Forsaken kills him like 2 rounds in a row or something. And it's like,
Forsaken's sick.
yeah, so my first instinct was Forsaken because I remember like against us, it was like, it has to be Forsaken. And then when you think about all the big tournaments, you're like, Forsaken is the guy that the commentators are always discussing, like, you know, doing the thing. Obviously, Jing is getting first buzz because he's obviously going in there and he just kills everybody. But like when it matters is what I think most of us focus on. I think, Dummy, you could appreciate that too, right? Like, because you have to have like a good round for like your first gun round or your 2-for-1 round, or like when you need a round, there has to be a thing you look for or look at.
That's what I was going to say, by the way, is he reminds me of Envy. Like he just turns something out of nothing. There's just no play. It's just he turns something out of nothing and just wins the round for you. But honestly, with that said, I'm gonna go with my boy Wang Jingjie. I think he's locked in this season because Rivals is out, and you just know that guy wants to grind Rivals, and yet he's still playing Valorant every day. Like that guy's locked in. That guy's locked in. That's my take. That's my take right now. Wang Jingjie is locked in. So GG, PRX wins.
All right,
there you go.
All right.
Okay,
I respect it.
After Frost goes into like deep detail about
right.
Like,
No.
Jing isn't playing Rivals.
Bro, that matters, bro. You know why that matters? I'm gonna tell you why that matters. Because I got some Thai players that can't stop playing Rivals with Grandmaster fucks.
I can't stop playing.
So
I can't stop
right
playing.
here. Grandmaster
Rivals is so
fucks,
good,
bro.
Rivals is so good.
Rivals
You know
is good.
They got a problem where like every single time I win now, somebody will DDoS the server right before it ends, and it just cancels the match. Bro, I lose all my elo. Anyway,
No, you just trash, bro. That's
anyway,
just,
yeah. Well, speaking of trash, we got the worst group in. We got the worst group coming up next. We got Global Esports, Team Secret, and Talon.
No.
All right, that might have been cap. That's cap.
Come
But,
on.
no, but hold on,
It
hold
might
on,
not
hold
be
on.
cap though.
No, but hold on, but why the fuck do you always play against these two fucking teams? I swear to God, it's always some bullshit with you guys in Secret, and it's gonna happen again. I'm just so sick of it, bro. Can they just throw? Can Global just beat Secret so you can play somebody new for once? So sick of this fake rivalry you guys got going.
You guys think
I'm not gonna fuck up my promotion.
Secret's gonna win?
I respect that.
Do I think Secret's gonna win? Probably
against Global?
I think Global's still kind of in transition. Like from what we saw in their event they put on, like they were looking like they were still kind of putting the pieces together.
I would have said, there's like a lot more upset potential if Patrick Watson was able to make it. Oh wait, that sounds like a sneak diss on Darion.
Yeah, you dissing Darion.
No, but it's just like last second switch. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who. Obviously Darion is like a really good player. Like, but I mean, especially that performance against Gen.G last year, right? So he's obviously really good, but it's more like a team thing where it's like they just kind of threw him in there like last second. So I think it's going to be really hard for GE.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. But then now we go to the classical rematch, right, of Talon versus Secret. is Secret gonna get the best this time in the beginning of the year, or what are we thinking about that, huh?
Maybe, I mean, if we repeat what happened last year, Secret won. I mean, I wasn't with the team yet,
Nope,
but Secret
Gov
won
set
early.
the ACS record that still exists. I have Gov and Primi set. They both have the 1 and 2 ACS records. Are Gov and Primi both against Secret? So,
wait.
unlucko bucko, bro.
Frost got the gun loaded, bro. Frost got the gun loaded.
Everyone
right
says
now.
Primi. They don't realize Gov has the ACS record. Put some respect on that jabroni's name.
Yeah.
He gives me all the stress in the world.
What was it? What was
put
it?
some
It was like
respect on Gov's
402,
name.
403?
Yeah, it was fucking high. He started off like 19-4, 2 maps in a row.
I remember.
Straight cooking. Yeah. Then has these guys sitting in their spawn for 50 seconds every fucking round the second time we play, and my guys just weren't ready for the slow play transition.
Jesse just sits in spawn and launches darts. That's all he does.
Then we adjusted, and then it was just But yeah, that's what happened. Motherfucker pissing his pants in his spawn.
The thing is like, if you guys can beat Talon, then like you actually have a chance of winning the whole tournament, right? Because you guys, like,
they beat
before last year, you beat Gen.G 2-1, T1, 2-1. Like,
but yeah, if they can squeak by, then absolutely the floor is theirs. And if we squeak by, we for some reason have had a really big problem with PRX. They're like our demons, so there's a good chance for PRX to go all the way.
Yeah.
Wait,
Victoria, if they can get past T1, for us, we're going to try to obviously
whoever wins that Paper X T1 match is probably going to Thailand. Like,
yeah, that's our anticipation too. Like our whole focus is basically on doing our best to be the Thai representative, and the only way to do that is to thwart demons.
Yeah.
So
well, here's my question then. Actually, Dummy, like let's say you are still coaching Team Secret and you're preparing for that. Let's say you're preparing for that Talon match. Like you got beat last year. Like what are the things you're focusing on going into that? It's to say you're both the same teams, quite literally. So obviously you know all the players, you know all that stuff. Like what are you thinking going into that rematch with Talon this year?
Most of it would be like mentality and stuff, because I'm gonna be honest, I actually hate that I'm about to say this because it's just gonna seem like I'm glazing because I'm with Frost right now, but it's actually a hard team to prep for. It was, out of all the matches I prepped for last year, like Gen.G, T1, like Bleed, GE, whatever, Talon was the hardest one because they just have so many different looks. So it wouldn't really be like a strategic thing, but it was more like a mentality, like expectations going into it, because I do think and I hope I don't I don't want to speak too much on my old team, but I do think there's just like a mentality that goes in depending on our expectations, and we just played so much better when it's like the underdog mentality versus like, not that we felt above Talon, but we didn't feel like an underdog. We felt like, it's just like one of our peers, like one of our, like in our tier. So I definitely felt in the off season going into this season, I was just thinking more about like the mentality of, the players going into a match versus Talon, or the other, non-PRXs, T1s, Gen.Gs. So I think that's the main thing, the main difference maker that Team Secret needs.
And can I be honest? And this is like not to be disrespectful. This is just more to communicate with Dummy on a personal level about like last year, what happened between us. That was the only reason I let Primi play for his first game ever under those lights, because I did not do the same. I did not give Asuna the same like latitude. I was always on Peter to basically like, let the OGs take the credit, the glory, the pressure, like all that stuff. But I completely did the 180 with Primi, and the reason I did it was because it was against you guys. Because I felt like most other teams, I wouldn't want, because you can also ruin a person, right? If you put them in deep dark situations that they're not ready for. But our whole mentality was, let's just get him for the Zeta match, because it doesn't matter anymore. Our C's locked. We know who our opponent is. We couldn't get him because of Visa, and then it became like, do we just run it back with Surf and just game plan one more time, and then we have a month to prepare? And in that, me and Cruz basically were like, we couldn't have gotten a better opponent for his first matchup anyway. Like, if we lose, fuck. But if we don't, he has now the monkey off his back, because it was almost like it was like a guiding light for us, because the amount of pressure he would feel then would be almost similar to what he's going to experience at Champs, because there was so much pressure there.
You know what's really funny about all this, though, by the way?
What's up?
I don't think I've really told anyone this, but last year, like way before I was even on TS, like this was like December 23, like right before kickoff of last season.
Yeah.
I was in a call. I was here in the States. I was in a call with Weeded, and we were just talking about like random stuff in Pacific, whatever, and some other friends. But me and Weeded, not like we didn't get in like an argument. We just had like a discussion about like, I was telling him this guy Primi in Pacific is so insane, and I think Talon is insane for not having him. And we went back and forth for like an hour. Like, and he was like, "Bro, has to be a reason why he's not on there." Like all this stuff, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm telling you, this guy's the truth. Like, this guy's so amazing. Like, he's like like one of the most skilled players I've ever seen." And I'm just yapping about that, and 7 months later, I'm getting like sat down by that guy.
in his first match.
It's like, why?
Bro.
Like, yeah, why do I even
pistol round, bro?
Yeah, I've kind of talked about it, but do you know why?
No, I do know. No, I know exactly what you were saying. Like, so obviously I would have never known stuff like that, but you started talking about. But and I actually, when you said that, I pieced together that we did probably somehow knew that from Governor. Because I was like, why is he fighting so hard for? Like, I'm just trying to hype up some tier 2 player. You know what I mean? I was like, why does he keep saying like there has to be a reason? But I mean, I'm sure he knew somehow. But so fair enough.
And Gov's his biggest fan, but like he just during the trial he just wasn't ready. And I think some of the maturity stuff that I questioned then I'm dealing with now. Really, right? Because him and me are not player, bro, on the same page. Dude. We could not be more polar opposites. There's like so many hurdles that him and I have to get through before, like I think, I can help him achieve. I think his goal of being the best player in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing to say about him for me is like, because I mean, I don't actually know him. I've never worked with him, so it's not like I can say this is fact. But if someone like someone's trajectory is that crazy where they become like a superstar level of skill. Like, it's actually so hard to change the way they think about stuff because like everything works so much for them. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Yeah. So like, I can actually get where you're coming from with that. But yeah, I mean, again, like I can't say for sure. I mean, I haven't worked with him or anything, but
like it was because of you guys that I thought it was okay. Because if we played anybody else, I seriously think Cruz and I would.
Bro.
Actually,
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. With that in mind, with this discussion, and I know Hector, you've often talked about, the events or games that don't matter. You are not necessarily showcasing what Talon has to offer. Now we've seen a couple of things happen over the off season, and stuff happening after Champs. Are you comfortable to share like how much of Talon is that, like the Talon that we'll see in 2025?
Oh, almost none. Because and I say, hold on. I think because of this show, there's a perception that I'm like some genius. The thing is, I've just been in esports a long time. I've been competing a long time. I don't have all the fucking answers, and I've never been. It might seem this way because this show I have strong opinions, but you can ask Baby Bay. He's been in our room. If Governor, Ban, Cruz, even Primi tells me, no, this is good, I don't want to do this because this is bad, here's why it's bad. If you can show me that I'm incorrect, I immediately go, oh, yeah, okay, on to the next. Like, I don't have an issue with that stuff. So it's not like I know that, like, next year we're going to kill everybody. The thing was, and I got into a problem with Primi and Cruz about this, actually, at Soup. Because my whole offseason was last year we couldn't run a fucking meta comp to save our lives for some reason. And I realized this early. So I just said, well, fuck that then. So we're just going to counter whatever the meta comps are all the time. That was the strategy. And it worked because, as Dummy pointed out, you can't prepare for us. So if we execute well, have a strong game plan, and have tricks, you might not be able to get through it because by the time you figure us out, we're gone. Good luck because of the format. So this season, I'm like, okay, our off season, there's some stuff I can't say about why, but I will give love and credit to some of my personal friends who I kind of mentioned this on the show, but who have helped me in CS try to fix some problems I had with the team. So I sought guidance from the GOATs, or a GOAT, actually. Blade, my homie, right? And one of the ideas I had was, okay, we're going to run all of our off-season stuff. We're going to also play all of our worst maps, our perma and like Ascent, which we had like a 20% win rate on. We're going to prioritize those maps. So we go to Soup, and I forced this on us. We lose to, Made in Thailand, and then everybody is like, man, fuck. If we just ran our shit, and then it gets to a point where like now maybe you lose trust in the guys or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, when you say like how much of it is us, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not really us, because my whole point was if I raise my floor, I'll feel more confident about going deeper in tournaments, because we went O2 barbecue, because this because of some other part, but we were destroying everyone at champs
and scrims
leading up to scrims, and this.
Good teams and body
I'm talking
bags, like
foot and ass I have never seen out of our guys. I'm talking, dummy, 19 and 4s consistent on the guys Ban dropped 30 on, I'm not going to mention the team, but like basically a top 4 team.
Can I say something real quick though?
What's up? Yeah.
Same exact thing going into the Talon match in playoffs.
Right.
19-5ing like
yes.
insane teams.
I know.
And not just once.
Yeah.
Like,
so my head was
week.
we must be really good. Then I start seeing us make mistakes.
Bro. Yeah.
Specific things that we counted, like that fucking calm round with the Viper ult. We knew it was coming. I literally prepared them for, if we have Yoru ult on the second half on defense, you're going to save your Yoru ult. Right? No. It was
is the Viper setup?
Yeah. You're going to counter it with your role. Here's how we're going to do it, bro. We prepped it. We did it 10 times out of 10. Every sim, we're chilling. If we get in the match, have you seen my baseball? Like, right?
You know what's so funny is I remember hearing you backstage talking about this at Champs, bro. I was there casting that day.
Like, dog, what am I doing here if the stuff I prepare you for, we can't fucking execute? Like, what? I literally said, this is going to happen. Trust me, this is easy work. They were like, I got it. No. And the thing that bothers, too, is when players, and Dummy, I know you have felt this and dealt with this, especially with that crew, because I did when I was there. The thing I fucking hate is when players look at me and tell me I'm a fucking idiot or dickhead for making them do mundane shit like aim train or do this or do that. Then they don't execute in the match and they don't come and say sorry. Because now you put me in a fucked up spot. Because do I get mad at you and pile on? Or do I try to baby you and do the shit that I'm not normally supposed to do, which is caress you because I know now you lost confidence. And now you put me in a fucked up place where I have to be somebody I'm not. I'm cool. I'm actually real chill with everybody that knows me. The thing I don't like is if you tell me you got it, you got it. If I know you don't got it, I'm never going to drill you when you don't execute. But when you start questioning me and telling me I don't know what the fuck I'm doing because you have a better handle on this, then you better fucking do it. Because when you don't, now I'm like, oh, am I the asshole? But then, of course, I'm always the asshole because what am I supposed to do? I know what my job is as coach. So now I got to tell you, yo, buddy, what the fuck happened here? And then it's like, oh, Hector, the way you talk to people is fucked. It's like, really? Because this guy looked at me in my face and laughed when I brought him something. And now all of a sudden, the biggest moment of his career, he can literally change the world, his world. He goes, have you seen my baseball? And now I'm fucking hot. It's like, yo. So it's fucked up because now I see all that transpired after champs, and my brain is like, okay, the number one thing that we have to do is we need to be able to go deep into tournaments by actually being able to play comps that we can rep over and over and over, like meta comps, so that when we need to pull out a distinct strategy, it's simple.
It's a curveball instead of your main pitch, right?
I have a question for Frost. People really close to you describe you as chill.
Yeah. No.
So pretty chill, bro. I've hung out with
that's
Frost,
the funny
behind
thing
the scenes. He's pretty chill.
The thing is, I'm a psycho when it comes to competition. Guy, I can lock in. I actually just had a conversation.
We ain't got time for the TED Talk. But
yeah. But like, bro, I'm actually like outside of competition. I'm nothing like this. The thing is, I've been in esports a long time. Obviously, have I have world titles in other games.
This is life, bro.
I'm only here, dummy, to win a championship in Valorant. I don't give a fuck about majors. Don't give a fuck about some kickoff event that means I don't care. I want to win champs. That's my focus is on champs. Bro, we win this Thailand tournament. You think I'm going to give a fuck? No. Champs. Champs. This is my whole thing with Cruz. Champs.
Like legacy,
Champs. No one gives a fuck about you if you don't win champs. And I mean this with as much love and respect because I love all the people there at PRX.
Yeah.
Everyone
even better than anyone else.
I'm not even talking about Paper X. Like a lot of people, talk up Fnatic, and it wasn't champs that they won. It was 2 masters.
Yeah.
To be fair, they ain't nothing.
But what do they say though when you say talk up? Because I think when you say talk up, I think
they call them like team of the year.
One of the best teams.
No, they actually call them a failure, which is what coach.
Well, it depends who you ask.
The public.
Right.
We'll put it that way.
So this is what I'm describing when I say, obviously, I think you guys can admit, and we all can, I can admit, Dummy, you were not a failure for losing to us at playoffs. You beat Gen.G right before that.
Yeah.
What is the perception, though, of what happened? It's the exact opposite, right? Because someone like me, a professional, can understand that that game was close. It's not like I walked around. Did I walk around afterwards, even like tapping myself on the shoulder, even saying anything about that?
No, you were for sure doing that. No,
you got bailed out by Primi, bro. You got bailed out by Primi IGLing on Abyss, bro.
But the perception is, if you don't win the last game of the year, you're trash. And
that's how it is in this
esport.
More than any esport, though. I feel like it's so dominant in Valorant. It's so recency bias. We've had tons of conversations about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this offseason for me was simply just trying to see if I can course correct and go, okay, guys, we need to be able to do what everyone else is doing. It'll make our lives easier.
You got to raise your
life
baseline.
Easier. It just did not work, and it blew up in my face because obviously, I don't know. We suck on a sentence split. Thank God a cent's gone. Oh, thank you, Ryan.
I mean, but if you do win Masters Bangkok, those bundle sales will be pretty sweet. So maybe it's worth a little something.
No. I'm sorry.
Facts.
I meant this only for me.
Okay.
My personal approach.
She'll accept about champions.
Like if Dummy, you won a major in Valorant. I'm not trying to diminish the fact that because I had success in other places. No. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry if it came across that way. I just mean like my personal. I'm a psycho when it comes to that. That my perception is if you don't win the world championship, your year was an utter and colossal failure. That's why, like, I don't mind when people go, Hector, you're trash, or Talon is trash. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you're right, because I didn't meet the marker I want to set, so I'm not going to fucking fight with you because you believe I didn't meet that. So it's like, that's it.
All right.
Such an interesting perception. Quick thought on that. It's just that we'll never, at this point, possibly with ADG, though, see repeat champs winners anytime soon, whereas we will possibly see repeat Masters winners or region winners. So I know there's a lot of weight on champs, and I think it is such a big deal if you win it, but at the same time I'm definitely I have a slightly different approach than you, Hector, and I definitely commend
it's healthier.
For sure it's healthier.
But when you're like, but to me it's like, I don't know. I think I've always had a fucked up view of this. And the thing is, I've always been wrong because Flipside can never raise money, even though we have like world titles and major wins and all that stuff. Like, I couldn't raise money even when winning. It became marketing. So even now, the fact that I have this approach is kind of stupid, actually, because if I'm as smart as people think I am, why do I still have this problem where, to me, winning is the only thing that matters when the industry has already told me it's not? I'm in Korea because I wasn't good enough in North America.
I think it's just because you're staying true to yourself,
being
though,
a fucking dweeb, basically. But I'm lucky.
I don't think it's really like so much about the money for you. I think it's about the prestige and like the legacy that you leave behind in esports, right? Because you've already been a dominant class and like what?
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't even care about that. I think I'm just a psycho. I don't know why. It's just if I don't win a world championship, I just don't feel good. Because like when we beat Secret in playoffs, you know what I did? Nothing. I went home, showered, went to sleep.
No, you know what you did? You came up to me and apologized.
Damn,
Are you serious?
Yeah. Wait, that's kind of BM, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
sorry, little bro.
No, it's
sorry, little bro.
So
you got it next time. Little pat on the shoulder, bro.
No, so I was never gonna say that. By the way, Dummy, ever. Was never going to even bring that up. You know why I said that to you? Because I knew you would be blamed. I knew it would be your fault why we lost when in reality, it has nothing to fucking do with you. Nothing to do with you. But
There's a possibility, but I don't think people blamed him. I don't think people blamed Dummy.
No.
I don't know,
sorry.
bro. He's not there anymore.
They blamed Grimmy.
No. I'm sorry. You don't think like the fans blame him, and I agree with you. I was talking about something else, which he understands what I mean now. So I just was projecting or forecasting what I thought would happen based on what's previously happened to me, and I knew for your first stint as a professional coach that so far you've done a great job, and it just so happened you ran into us, and now that you didn't accomplish that goal, I felt like something would happen, and I said sorry because I'm like, man, sorry, man, like you guys did great, but you know, it just is what it is, because I kind of felt like, yeah, I was just projecting something that happened.
I want to clarify. I didn't like take that like I didn't care, bro.
No.
I
know.
We're chill.
Yeah.
I know. I was just explaining to you why that happened.
Yeah.
You know.
No, in the moment, even I thought that was funny. Like it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
But
yeah, all right. Let's move on
respecting too, like for competitors, right? Like
let's move on to the next bracket. We're gonna wrap up here shortly. We lost Victoria. She's gone
her doggos
to help with her
barking.
doggos. Yeah, but she'll be back, so she'll join in. We got DFM versus RRQ, and then they play. Whoever wins that plays Gen.G.
All right.
And DFM has looked better, bro.
Dude, I'm just fucking off my rocker, but I am like all in on DFM this.
Dude, I fuck with them. With what I've seen so far,
they look
good, right?
They look really good. They're decisive. They're playing as a team. They're making good reads. They've got firepower now. I mean, it could all fall apart. I'm a little unsure about Gen versus Cess, with those two players in the controller role. Like I think Cess has looked a lot better. He's been clutching out like crazy in the offseason. But Gen is this like player who's like a friend of Maze, I think, or like they ran into him online. Like he's another rank demon, right? Like a Charon, like a Primi. And so we'll see if that kind of works out or not. I think that's one of the biggest questions, but fuck me, man. I think they look really good. I'm really like, I've been saying it on a couple different podcasts that I think DFM's going to make an international event. I think they're going to.
That's what you meant by all in.
Yeah.
So you think top 4 team all in?
I think they could top 4. I think they might be top 4 at the end of the year.
Dude, when I was watching like whatever tournament it was in the off season that they were in, and like I honestly like I was like, oh, it's DFM, whatever, bro, like whatever. I go look at my phone the next day. I'm like, wait, they beat who?
They beat.
I'm like, how did they beat him? So I had to go watch. Yeah, I had to watch the VOD back. I was like, what the fuck?
All in
Especially
a row.
the PRX one. I was like, what the fucker? What's going on with this team, dude? So I'm actually
their performance
a big
in
fan of
grand
them now,
finals.
too.
Sorry, yeah, no, their performance in the grand finals of that same event was still really good, even with beating
3-1.
all those teams, PaperX,
PaperX?
and then going, PaperX. Well, that's I can't remember when you talked about Paperthin, but the when
This
Alex
tournament you were
basically,
talking about, right?
The
yeah,
Asian
like
Invitational,
just there's footage of it of Alex like losing his mind on the team, and then they completely actually worked somehow and they stepped up. But still, their performance has been amazing. I think they kind of rank similarly, DFM and RRQ going in, but I'm not going to be shocked if your prediction of DFM making top 4 comes true.
It's definitely like a dark horse story. Like, you know, like I think everyone's going to underrate them, and they could really bring it to you now if they keep the same trajectory. Like if they actually keep getting better, you know, because you never know. It is off season. This shit is kind of fugazi.
I'm really impressed with them. I think they leveled up a lot. I would be very surprised if they got top 4. I'm just going to be honest. But I mean, that's just because of how stacked Pacific is right now.
Yeah.
I still would rate like T1, Gen.G, PRX, Talon. I mean, I know I'm so biased here, but TS, RRQ. Actually, the RRQ match, I think that could go either way. For this match, I think DFM has a lot of momentum going from the offseason into kickoff. So I could see them winning that match. But I don't know. I would be very surprised if they get top 4. I think they have the ability to do it, but I would put way more stock in the other teams.
Fair.
It's fair.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No. I'm just. I'm actually kind of excited about that particular matchup because I think RRQ we know with Kush joining, but then DFM's whole transformation. their off-season performance was just so incredible that I don't know. I think the Dark Horse story is definitely the label. For
I
that.
certainly agree that they've leveled up though. They've definitely done
We need
well.
someone for Japan. We need someone to do well for Japan.
I tried to join that bandwagon for Zeta last year, and oh my god! But
I'm so sorry.
Zeta's.
It was a disaster. I mean, Zeta. I'm worried about Zeta again this year. I don't.
Yeah, especially against SPG.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're probably going to lose, to
Nongshim?
be honest.
Yeah.
I think Nongshim probably beats them.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think so too.
Yeah.
I think Nongshim looked incredible. Okay, it's always really hard to say going through Ascension, but yeah, I think
that team is stacked.
It is not overhyped at all. I think the grand finals of Ascension is actually not even the greatest display of how they can perform. I think the pressure did get to them. I do think Boom had a really incredible Indonesia home turf buff, but I think they have a lot of they're another team, kind of like DFM. If they somehow Dark Horse ran through this and made it through, I wouldn't be entirely shocked. I don't expect them to, but I'm not going to be shocked if they end up somewhere in the top 30%.
It would be so crazy because the last time something like that happened was contenders teams starting to slap up Overwatch League teams, when they allowed them to go in together. Dummy, that's the kind of vibe I get from this team, bro. It's some team that made it out of contenders, all Korean, bro, and they just get their shit together and just dominate everybody.
Yeah, no, but I really do. I want to back that up. The hype behind them is real. I know it's just scrims. People always talk about scrims in every esport ever, but legitimately in scrims last year, they were so good. They were one of our best teams to practice against. And yeah, I agree. I think that Grand Final versus Boom just wasn't the best showing for them. Plus, Boom overperformed maybe. But other than that, you can't really argue with if you just look at their VLR and you just have to scroll so long to find any red. And it wasn't even the lineup. It wasn't even the same lineup that you'll finally find a loss. So
internationally, I think, they're just killing in scrims. It wasn't even just within Pacific.
Yeah.
I think
Victoria, can they beat DRX?
I
think they can.
Think they can. Yeah. I think they can. DRX, yeah.
Will they?
Oh my God.
Probably not.
I'm looking at the bracket now.
I think they will. I think they might beat them. I think
DRX.
I think they have a better chance than Zeta at the moment.
There's something I would like to say that I cannot because it's professionally, I think, unfair for me to say it. The hint I will give you guys is I think you're overlooking something.
Okay.
And it has something to do not with the players or the coaches or anything.
Is it not Neon? I don't think Neon is the thing either, though.
Yeah.
I think Danby could do more than Neon.
A lot of people are coming down to earth. Trust me. A lot of people are coming down to earth.
Are scrims a little different now?
The big baddies are on Neon all over every region. Okay, the guys that we thought are, okay, bro. Because a lot of people last year got very lucky that people picked. Obviously, we had Neon very early. I mean, the first match against Team Secret, we ran Yoru and Neon, right?
Yeah.
Because I had Governor. That's why I brought him over because I knew how strong she was. Now, all of a sudden, they buff her. And then they realize, oh, wait, maybe she was broken the whole time. But a lot of people caught on, and there's a lot of beauty that came out of that because there's a lot of players making a lot of money now off of re-signing new contracts, dominating with a particular agent that is not going to be here anymore. And I think what people are going to really learn is versatility is going to matter a lot more because teams are struggling. I mean, on a smaller scale, some of the Japanese teams, when Rays got, I believe, Bunny, you were, or Dummy, excuse me, you were around for this too. Some of the Japanese team, when the Rays nerf came in, were way weaker. When the satchel stuff when the distance got nerfed, it was night and day. And I'm saying this, Neon is.
No, I mean, even though I'm not on a team right now, so I technically could say something, but all I'll say is teams did get worse after the neon. Like I do agree with that, but I still think that
some of the good teams overall are still amazing though. It's not like there are players you can think of that abused it, but are quality.
Yeah.
Right. Like
they're still good at all the other duelists.
But I'm just trying to bring up the fact that I think could be overlooking a very big thing that I, on a personal level, have been experiencing. I'm like, oh, this guy came down to earth. No more slide headshot, huh? Oh, man, now you have to entry now. Oh, game's hard now when you have to deal with ban, huh? Yeah. No more
ban and scrims, that's for sure.
That's so it's been nice. Let me say this. No neon has been nice. Before Soup, it was just neon. It
was too broken, too. Like, I can't believe they even did that, dude. And you know the disrespect that Riot makes this fucking neon buff as soon as I go into casting, bro. Like the disrespect to me personally, bro. Like, how the fuck could they do this to me, bro? Like, I would have been fucking shitting on everybody on neon, and now I can shoot people in the head, full slide.
The sneak, bro.
I was destroying people. I had to get RNG to get a headshot, bro. Like, give me a break.
It's gonna be interesting for Fracture because now that neon has one turn and is worse.
I don't know if I think Neon's like unplayable now.
I think you just play Raze.
I don't think it's unplayable. I don't think it's unplayable.
Yes,
actually,
that's the thing. The problem is I'm seeing a lot of neon, and it's like, hey guys, okay, she is worse, and she is good. She's still good on Fracture though. She's not like what she was, but she's good. The problem becomes it's like, oh, so now you're a one-trick pony. You can only hit one time. So now it's almost like systematically the game becomes easier, especially like on defense, because now you almost know what the trick is. Like you can't really fake with neon anymore because you don't have the two stuns.
That was the problem we ran into.
So it's going to be nice to see how they adjust to this, bro. Like when use it.
Yeah, even with the entire kit, that was like the biggest problem we had was like, okay, we were dominant on the map for like a long time, bro. Probably for like one and a half tournaments, but then eventually, like, you just can't really create more in the playbook around it. You gotta be able to play a different comp.
Yeah.
You could try.
So I'm just very curious. Raise Tejo on Fracture. Raise Tejo, man. Good luck.
Oh,
good luck,
bro.
Good luck holding a site.
Yeah. Paperthin, we need to turn this into pendejo, bro.
Pendejo. My bad.
And now me and Paperthin are gonna say it on accident on cast, and we're gonna get fucking fined so hard. We're gonna get fined so fucking hard,
bro. My bad.
That's all. Can you imagine? I was thinking it before.
This pendejo goes in, he gets 2, bro.
Yo, Frost, stop hypnotizing people, bro. The process.
I know. It's gonna slip out. It's gonna slip out.
What's so sad is some people have complimented me and said I'm more that I'm charismatic. You know what's interesting? I can never raise money on flip side because people.
How does it always go back to raising money on flip side?
Because
what are you trying to say, bro?
I have no personality. I'm not charismatic, bro. Even my own people were like, "Yo, we don't want you in these meetings because you're just like a bot, basically."
Wait, where is this going? YouTube? Get it, pinned it in the comments of YouTube. Donate money to Flipside like right now.
No, bro. That's just dead. But the point I'm trying to make is like I find it so funny.
We can revive it though.
I don't think anything changed. So I don't understand like what the fuck happened from then to now that all of a sudden it's like, yo, you can hypnotize me. It's like, really? Because no one's ever told me that shit in my life.
I think now it's just
told me the exact opposite.
With
I'm
this platform,
right? Baby.
I think now it's just with this platform, people are actually getting to see you for a little bit more of like more time rather than just like a minute segment.
Right? And he's growing soft in his old age.
Like you're growing on people. You're growing on people, bro.
It's okay. We all get older.
Like the fungus that grows.
Bro.
Yeah. All right. Respect. My bad. Sorry for the tangent.
All right. Well, I think that's a good spot to wrap up. We definitely appreciate you guys for coming on, taking the time. I know we're in different time zones and everything, so thank you guys a lot. And if you guys want to plug some of your socials, I mean, we've been putting them in the bottom bar here the whole time, but if you want to plug your stuff, go ahead. If you guys have been cooking anything, but thank you again.
Victoria's got more interesting stuff on her social media. I'll let her plug her stuff.
What?
Yeah, that's way more interesting than anything I post.
Are you not interested in food?
Although I did post food yesterday. Now that I think
I'm
about
on socials.
Can you not tell? So trust.
I'm going to start bringing you guys out more in Pacific. That's going to be my goal.
Yeah,
maybe my content on my socials. Taking Hector and Clinton out for
making
a meal.
us fat. Yeah, let's do it.
If you come back to Korea, Dummy, I'll definitely take you out for a good bite. But I don't know. I don't really got anything to shout. You guys know where to find me in Pacific at the desk.
Dope.
And thanks for having us.
Yeah,
anytime.
Nice hanging.
Hope you guys have fun.
We just
Yeah, it
wanted
was
to
a
have
lot of
fun with friends. Can you guys tell me something? Is Pacific going to be largely the same content-wise? Like, are you going to still do, like, the interviews pre-matches? Like, what's going to change now?
You haven't been
you know?
at the 22. Okay, so the stadium's going to be completely different. It's going to be kind of shitty for you guys because I know your HQ is in
It told
Gangnam.
me
He's
it's
got to
okay.
travel
It's okay.
2 hours now.
Yeah,
It's
now you
okay,
got to do what
bro.
Paper X did, which was travel 2 hours.
Respect. It's our turn.
Sucks.
Our turn.
Yeah,
And-
it sucks.
and Team
it absolutely
Secret.
sucks.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Respect.
secret. Yeah, but we're going back to the stadium that we had in 2023. It's been around for a while, but there are going to be a lot of changes in terms of the setup, how even the stage looks. I think you were there for SVL, so
Yeah.
you kind of got like a little preview of what might be happening there.
But
Yeah.
will you have a singular teleprompter?
Oh, I don't know. We never have a teleprompter. So you know about this? Yeah, we don't have a teleprompter.
on, man.
Someone said that to me once. They're like, "Oh, I can see you reading the Someone said that.
out.
They said it to me. I can see you reading the teleprompter. I'm like, I have no fucking teleprompter.
So
It's like in my
I
head.
don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys do
We're
it.
100% improv.
I
We
don't
are
know how you do
100%
it,
improv.
man. It's
100%.
seriously insane.
They're
No, it's
broadcast
seriously-
professional. What do you guys mean?
Bro, no. Dead ass, it deserves like the most amount
Pacific
of respect.
is-
It's awesome.
Every region has a teleprompter. They have all these tools. And I'm also calming with the production who doesn't speak English. It's worked out fine. Like we have a system that works out, but and I enjoy it.
Yo,
it's
dummy.
like
Dummy. Can you hear me, dummy? Dummy, can you hear me? No, I'm serious. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good?
I want to
bro?
make sure you hear this. Pacific's low tier even in production, brother.
oh.
Dummy. What happened, bro?
Whoa.
What? Okay.
happened, bro?
All right, let me reframe this for you, Hector.
Yes,
we are
please.
so top tier. We don't need all the
Oh,
bells.
dead
and
ass.
whistles.
That's
We can-
That is
we can
so
do it
good,
without
bro. Because
everything.
actually
Play the
you are
claps.
because you
Play the
improv.
claps.
That's what.
It's all improv.
Yeah.
100%.
That was a good comeback. I'm impressed by this.
About perspective.
Impressed by
It's all
this.
about perspective.
I'm not that sharp. I'm not that quick or witty. I think I'm not that fast. Not that fast. You know who is quick and witty? This fuck. This guy down here.
He's hiding now. He's trying to hide.
Oh, you're switching it up on me.
Yo, keep putting me around, Steve. Keep moving me around, bro. Don't let him play
Yeah,
with me,
no.
bro.
That guy's actually really fucking witty like that.
We know.
Facts,
We hear
facts.
him on the broadcasts. I'm glad you're
Just don't tell
on the
Gen.G that
broadcast.
because then people get mad.
We had fun in Shanghai. Yeah.
Dude, Shanghai was awesome, man.
That was fun. It was fun.
We got to get you all back because you're actually challenging Hector on some shit, which we need more of
That's
that.
right. Anytime.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
Yeah, we will be interviewing the coaches if that's what your question was.
Oh no, it was just more for everything. Yeah. So coaches, are you doing
yeah.
players now or no? You're not going to do players. This year?
Probably not.
At
I don't
all?
think there's time for it. I don't think you want us to do that, right? I would
No,
not
'cause
want to
in-
take
in
your
NA, don't
players
they
and
have
put them on the
players?
desk
I'm pretty sure I saw Mimi and others have players with
after
them,
they're
no?
done with the match.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, just be on stage.
We honestly,
Oh,
the
okay.
broadcast, we always want to have that, but we don't like. It's, if the teams don't want to let their players go do that
So-
after a match,
and-
we won't take them. So
And it's
I got
also
it.
like
Respect.
it's very Korean to just do things a certain way, and so like they want to have like an on-stage interview for the fans, right? Because like in Korean production,
people that
like
go
their
there,
thought
yeah.
process is it's all for the fans who are there, who are
Right.
at the stadium,
Right.
And so like they want to have that on-stage interview with the players, so it's kind of hard for us to like. We'd have to get like a different player as well to come to the desk or something like that. So it's kind of tricky because of the way they
Almost.
sort of navigate the process. Yeah.
I will say while we're going back to this old venue and there are some changes, there are some really exciting things coming
come
up
see
for
you right
Pacific. And we absolutely can't reveal it here yet, but there's going to be some
Yeah, me and him were
mega
talking.
exciting shit happening in Pacific, especially during
That's
like
good.
the finals times.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you look pretty excited, so that's pretty nice. Because
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I'm
that
excited.
means
if
you
it
know
works
some
out.
shit.
Yeah.
She knows more than I do. That's all.
Why am I not surprised by that?
I'm just
Paperthin?
I'm just a caster. I just show
Why
up
am I
and yell
not
at the
surprised
game.
by this, brother?
It's just,
I kind
just
of
the
keep to
whispers
myself.
in the winds that I hear
I
about.
haven't left
so.
my house in a few days, so I don't know.
He's going
You're
stir
such a-
crazy, Andre. He's going stir crazy.
Proper DGen. I love
He's
it.
like, bro,
That's
I'm
that's
just
my
here
goal
for
for this year. Take you guys all out.
That's
for the heater.
Yeah, that's right. That's
It's too cold outside.
For real.
It has been fucking miserable.
It's pretty
sorry.
chilly.
Like,
It's
I don't want to say
pretty chilly.
miserable because people will take this the wrong way, but brother, So
chill.
Steve, the
Don't worry,
producer,
bro. He's gonna be on Reddit again, bro.
Northeast boy, bro. It is so cold.
We just got snow for the first time.
God, it has
majorly
been
this
so
season.
cold, bro.
I love snow.
So you are not in Korea at the moment, Victoria, right? So you don't.
No,
you haven't experienced this lately?
Well, I mean, I experienced snow recently because I went on vacation.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But
Wow.
yeah, I heard it's been so.
cold.
I know Paper X is there already, and they've
nice.
been freezing their asses off with you. Are you there?
Miserable.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are all
yeah,
freezing your asses off. It's cold.
Yeah, I've been.
It's something about like this bitter cold wind apparently in Korea. It's sort of like Michigan, I guess. So
Yeah.
It's not as bad as the Midwest. I'll say
It's not as bad?
It's not Chicago bad.
Okay,
That's
right.
okay.
The
Because I was about
that's
to
the
say,
wind,
bro.
right? The wind makes Chicago.
The wind
much
is
worse.
like, oh
wind
my
is
god, it
horrendous.
kills you, bro. It like hurts your
Yeah.
bones, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
The-
like you
the
feel it,
wind-
like you don't feel it on the outside, bro. It just seeps
Yeah.
right in. You're like, oh,
It gets underneath your skin. For sure.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't
So
go
just
outside
talk
right
about-
now.
Right. I could,
That's smart,
I
Dummy.
wish I could do this. I wish I could be paper thin for a day. It's too cold outside, bro. But what I'll tell you is this: the one good thing, ito gontang here on a cold day is very good. You get to try that. Ito gontang, very good.
Gomtang.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing
Sari,
it correctly.
Sari Gomtang is also good.
Yeah,
Bro,
'cause-
nah, that rotisserie chicken dish though is still like just.
Oh, we went.
just
The players
in
went.
my
obviously.
brain, bro. It's just like living rent free,
brother,
dude.
we went in your honor as Talon. Like I want to say a week ago,
Did
week
they
and a half
like it?
ago, they loved it.
Dude,
Yeah, he put it in the group
it's a-
chat. That's what that chicken was.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, the ties though, it wasn't hot enough. So then they
Oh,
asked
even the spicy one.
the lady in the back, and she goes, "We don't normally do this, but okay." And then it was, then it was, bro. It was so hot. Apparently, I can't do spice for the rest of you, so you know that because I'm like a
Can't
fake
do it at
Latin
all.
American, so it's unlucky.
But Kenny-
these things can be
jalapeno.
trained. They can be trained.
right?
Yeah, but I'm an old dog. Can I learn this new trick?
I
don't know,
believe.
bro. Shit,
That's why I said.
Oh.
That's why I said I want to take you guys out to eat. We will slowly
but
train
they
this.
loved it, and I only know about that place because of you and Mika. So props
Yeah.
to you because that place is.
Whoa. I got to find this place then.
good.
I'm going to be
I
able
can
to,
share you the details.
Yeah, Mika's the goat
Share it to
as
me.
well.
Sure, yeah.
and you
Yeah,
should
yeah,
go
yeah,
Victoria's
yeah.
too if you've never gone. It's like this chicken place where they sometimes put cheese on top, and
Yeah, I've had it before. Actually, there was one of the
I don't know
first
the
meals
name of it. So
Clinton took me out to eat.
Dak
Actually, he
galbi?
took me and Quack out, and yeah, we had like
the Galbi's
Yeah,
good
we did.
too, bro.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
sleep
Dak
on
Galbi's
it.
good, yeah.
So the
Yeah,
Galbi
the-
gym in LA though is still better than the Galbi gym here though. That's my one thing
He
about
swears
Korea. Everything else is
I
good.
I
though.
didn't get to try it in Korea. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like it's good, but it's not. It's it's like
It just doesn't seem to make sense, bro. How LA Korean places
I almost
are better
made
than
a-
Korea, bro.
almost
No,
made
a lot
fucked
of
up joke, but-
a lot of Koreans I know say that though. That
Oh, deadass?
LA Korean food is actually better.
I mean,
yeah.
it is bomb, bro. I be eating that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like literally every
Well, certain
weekend.
things are better. Like I think the pork barbecue, in my opinion, is much better in Korea. There's certain beefs I think are better in Korea.
Yeah.
Makes
LA
sense.
galbi, obviously, I think is better. I think North American bulgogi is better. Or by North American, I mean LA. Sorry, I should have just fucking said that instead of being a douchebag. But and
Queens
then
has some good Korean food too, though. I gotta say,
Yeah.
it's because they make it like saltier. I don't know. It's like a little bit different in the States how they make it.
yeah. No, but
So I can see
it's
why
nice though. Like I think
it
it's different.
tastier.
But the Galbi gym is the one thing I will die on a hill on, because the Galbi gym in LA is just god tier, and in Korea I think it's mid. In IMO, just IMO.
Yeah,
So-
all right.
I can't take you guys to that place, but anyways, it was a pleasure.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
right.
GG's. GG's,
GG's,
y'all.
guys.
Thanks
GG's.
again.
Good night.
Thanks
good
for
night.
having
Good
us.
morning.
Anytime,
Yo, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I'm going to go back to bed, I think.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I need to recuperate.
I wanna be
bro.
him
I've
for a
been
day,
too
bro.
I'm a little
busy.
sick, bro. I'm a
bro.
little sick, so I got
Oh,
to
respect.
Dude,
Never mind. I don't want to be you anymore.
Yeah, no,
You sounded great, though. You sounded great. All right.
Yeah.
somehow.
Peace out. That's it.
All right, take
Spike Talk
care.
Episode 28.
See you
Peace.
guys.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.